India's ban on single-use plastic items has had little impact on the country's escalating waste crisis. As the problem grows, consumers and startups are stepping up to address it. Ishan Garg looks at their efforts to tackle the issue in a country said to be the world's largest plastic polluter.
9.3 million tons. That's how much plastic waste India produces every year, almost equal to the combined volume of what Nigeria, China and Indonesia, the next three biggest plastic polluters, generate. Nearly half of it is single-use plastic like water bottles, sachets, packaging and disposable cutlery. Rahul Nainani's startup Recircle is among a growing number of companies helping to fight the problem. The Mumbai-based company works with a network of rag pickers to collect plastic waste. They sort it, reduce it and process it all into tiny pellets that can be made into other plastic products. Recycling, they argue, is the way to counter India's mounting plastic waste problem.
The only way to increase our recycling rates is by increasing segregation at source so that material can get collected at a segregated manner and then can reach the right processing facility rather than reaching our landfills and oceans.
According to the United Nations Environment Programme, India mismanages 85% of its waste. It's an alarming number, but unsurprising for a country that's the world's biggest plastic waste producer. Some experts say India's plastic problem is a multifaceted one, requiring a change in waste management practices as well as making sure policies are properly implemented. 2 years ago, India banned 19 single-use plastic items in a move that experts said was not comprehensive enough, and evidence is clear today that it hasn't worked out. Critics say the ban isn't being sufficiently enforced, allowing manufacturers and retailers to skirt the ban. And plastic bags are so cheap to make and sell that penalties barely make a difference. Hariram Mukhia's small convenience store in a Delhi slum caters to the poorest, such as tuk-tuk drivers and daily wage labourers. They are accustomed to getting plastic carry bags for free and can't afford eco-friendly packaging or pay for carrier bags made from paper or cotton. And low-income customers can only afford to buy smaller packets of consumer goods and pay for what they need only when they need it.
और 50-100 रुपए वाला जल्दी खर्चा नहीं करना चाहता है. छोटे-छोटे लोग रहते हैं तो क्या करेंगे, 1 रुपए से काम चला लेता है.
The use of sachets like these add to the plastic litter problem. Mukhia says municipal workers collect trash every day in this locality, but they are piling up quicker than they can be cleared. Experts say that's why the solutions must involve micro, small and medium enterprises or MSMEs.
The stakeholders who produce packaging, which means the MSMEs, to people who need education and capacity building as well as advocacy to switch to alternatives, to more effective monitoring and compliance systems and at hand to monitor the ban. I think wherever these systems are in place, the bans are effective.
Bucking the nationwide trend is Mumbai. Despite being one of the most densely populated cities in the world, this city in Maharashtra state is among the best performers in managing waste, according to the Central Pollution Control Board. Capital New Delhi is among the worst. Many neighborhoods in New Delhi and in smaller cities and villages are seeing plastic waste piling up along the roadside. Not only are they a constant eyesore, but they're also blocking drains and rivers and are public health hazards as well. It's compelled residents like Sugit Grover to take matters into his own hands. He's on a mission to lead a waste-free life. He sorts his plastic packaging for reuse and avoids ordering things online to reduce his plastic usage. For him, it's a reasonable trade-off.
I have to think 3 times before I have a chocolate because I know that it'll come in packaging. I probably will not be able to get a unpackaged chocolate very easily. So there are certain things that I have to give up if I have to really maintain this lifestyle.
It's an idea increasingly popular in his social circle, but hasn't really caught on among the wider public. Neither has the habit of recycling, in part because the recycling industry is still in its nascent stage, says Recircle's Rahul. Government stats show 2/3 of the plastic waste in the country is recycled, but the National Circular Economy Roadmap for reducing plastic waste in India says otherwise, that the country's total recycling rate could be closer to a mere 8%. Analysts say the push for sustainability must also include poorer neighborhoods like Mukhia's, and only then can this country of 1.4 billion people emerge from its mounting plastic waste problem. Ishan, Garg, CNA, New Delhi.